Underneath the pale moon's glow, whispers where the shadows grow. Through the mist where secrets keep, fools and ghouls begin to creep. Fools and ghouls, they dance tonight in the chill of the haunted light. Mystery hums, the air turns cold, paranormal stories unfold. Candles flicker, spirits wait, every step so leap of fate. Hear the creak of the wooden floor, specters knocking on your door.
Hello, everybody. We're missing Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Unmuted
Ah,
him.
there you are.
Yeah,
Oh my
she
God, I thought I
is.
lost you.
Hi, Noreen.
Hello, everyone. How
Hello.
we doing?
Hello.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm sharing out as we speak.
Same,
Very
same,
good.
same. We're just sharing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good.
Let me share.
shared.
Okay.
So let's hope Tim is going to make it and Lynn as well.
Yeah.
Um, just let's get started and see if they drop in. Um, we have an announcement in the beginning. We are circulating on Friday evening because of Willow is a bit under the weather. So
Yep.
you saw everyone who is participating in keeping Ghouls and Fools going on. And she will be back probably October, November. So
Yeah.
you have to get used to us for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
She will be watching and she will be sharing out, of course, if she
Of
doesn't kick her ass.
course. Yes, and she had a rough day, so from the bottom of my heart, I want to give you a hug, Sam, and
Yeah.
hope you feel better soon.
Absolutely.
Definitely. All right. We had to choose a subject, which was very short noticed, but we are going to talk about Paraunity and what it is, what it does, and why we have to use Paraunity to get where we get.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Wow. A big topic. A big
yeah,
topic that people talk about all the time, and they really do. And my dogs are playing. They always play, but it's a huge topic that people talk about all the time, and
yep,
then it just disappears after the subject is finished talked about. And I don't know if people listen or take heed from it, or just listen to a conversation and that's it and that's done. And after seeing so much that oh my god, it's Friday night, my dog's going crazy. I missed this noise. I missed this noise. Puppies. Sorry, it's always something with Jenny in her house, isn't it?
yeah,
I know, right? But it's kind of like talked about and then forgotten about. That and it really needs to be taken heed of. And I think, and I know I probably said it a million times myself before, is that I see a lot of things. And sometimes I don't say a lot of things because I see it and I say nothing because there's no point in getting involved in stuff that's not concerning you, because what goes in one ear will go out the other ear, and that's that.
sure.
So, so I'm going to shut my dogs up in a second, Tonan.
Jane's going to scream at dogs.
just
Well,
posting it. It's no show with Jenny without a dog.
Or a cat, or a cat. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're all crazy because everything has resumed back to normality because I'm home. Like before, I was getting ready for the show tonight, and for 2 weeks, my daughters they missed me, but they survived, with their dad and so on, and the dogs were fine. When I came home and I was getting ready for the show, what does Jenny do? I put music on loud to let the neighbors know I'm home. And I could hear my daughter saying, "Mom's home," and I'm like, "Mom's home." So, and the music's on, the prosecco's open. Ding ding ding.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's what you do on a Friday night, right?
Right, right, absolutely. But
Yeah.
all the
Usually out
context,
investigating. I'm like,
Actually, yeah.
I'm grounded. I'm just going insane at the moment.
oh, I say you are. Oh my God, it's
I can't get out. I can't drive.
oh and then you're always on the go, Jackie. You're always on the go.
Exactly. I'm going insane. So I've been going around to my friend's house on Saturday and drinking loads.
Okay, that's all right.
That's fine. But yeah, I haven't been doing investigations now for, wow, May.
I know. Oh my gosh, that until May
Mhm.
of next year.
No, since,
Oh,
since
since May.
May.
Since May.
Yeah. I've done about 23 investigations this year or events, and then all of a sudden can't do any. So I can't drive. So it's a nightmare.
I
Yeah.
was
It is.
but we'll keep you occupied and entertained,
I
Jackie.
know. I know you will.
That's
Yay.
us. That's us annoying us with a lot of fun and laughter.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, I like to comment on the Paraunity. At first, when I saw it, I thought, finally, we are going to unite, work together, and exchange ideas. But pretty soon, egos started to pop in, and
Mhm.
Mm.
people
Yep.
telling me what to think, what to do. Um, yeah, so I dropped the Power Unity, but when I heard Lois say, I'm going to cancel the show, I thought, no,
Yes, we know. Yep.
We're
Yes.
we're
Right.
not gonna show anything. We're not gonna
no, no,
cancel
no,
anything. No.
no.
No,
So
that's it.
I have to mute some things. And just because I was in a dark place 6 years ago, um, and I wished someone stepped in.
I get you. Yeah.
And it's so much work she put in, so many hours, so many
Mm.
money, trying to reach out to people, and it would go all down the drain.
Yeah.
She's gone till November. No way.
Absolutely.
No.
And
Yeah.
that's Para Unity. I don't even know her personally. I just talked to her on the phone and during lives, but no, she done so much.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's so many. She has so many. This is what we call paraunity.
Yeah.
This is when we pull in together. And when one person falls, we are here to pick her up and take the lead until she's ready to come back. That's paraunity. That is,
Exactly.
that is exactly what it is. This is an example of paraunity. No matter
Yeah.
what we're doing, no matter how tired we are, and so on, we pull in together and we don't let it fall. We make sure this keeps going for Willow.
Can I say years
Definitely.
ago, it's been friends now with Lois for years, okay? And this one time I was invited on a show, and it's one of the first podcasts I was invited to as a guest. And it was horrible because it's like I was in a goldfish bowl. They were asking me questions, didn't have a clue what they were saying. And I was so distraught when it all went wrong. So Lois sort of stepped in and says,
Yeah.
I've got this group. Do you want to come on tomorrow night and we'll have a chat? And, she stepped in there and she helped me so much. And then from then I sort of started doing my own podcasts. And at the moment, I can't even do my own. I can't. There are times when things are hard, and that's the situation. I'm a bit
Right.
very up and down at the moment. If I can't, I exist by going out. I can't
Yeah.
go out. I'm not existing. It's doing my head in, and
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah. And we're glad you're here tonight. That
yeah,
you're not doing if you're not doing something else, you're here, So we're
yeah,
glad
that's
you're here.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's also part of Per Unity. You can also
Yes,
promote your own podcast as well.
Right, that's it.
exactly. And that's what I'm doing for 8 years. in the things group, I share everything.
Right.
And
Right,
she made a very smart comment last week. We all agreed years back, we don't agree on everything,
right.
but we have respect for each other.
True.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
That's
it.
right.
Well, adults, we know what sometimes I think I know what I'm doing, sometimes I don't, but I still do it. But but we know each other for years, and even if we don't, we know each other for a little time, a short time. We are on the same path and the same ground level of what we want, how we do it, and why we do it. And we never, if say someone is doing better than someone else, we say, go for it, do it, do it, do it.
Exactly.
That's what we do,
Yeah,
That is Paraunity.
right?
That's
That
right.
is
Yeah.
People,
definitely.
and this is when I say people who used people so I say people who used to put the word para unity, and I've said this before, I didn't know it. I knew it, but I didn't see it. And that's what I always said. People who are um, bad people in the para unity will use it for an excuse to be getting away with their behavior.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right. It happens frequently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
Definitely.
para unity, and they use that word para unity too loosely as an excuse to be stupid and bad people. And I'm going to say the word arseholes. When you see all of us gather together and we're not letting Lois stop her shows and so on. We join together. This is what it is about.
Yeah.
Not the people who say, if you don't give me this, if you don't give me that, if you don't show me this and you don't show me that, and you don't scratch my back, but I scratch your back. I don't care if I scratch someone's back. You don't have to scratch my back. I just know I did good. And by God, I've scratched many people's backs, never given back to me, but it taught me not, and it made me cold towards some people in the paranormal world.
Mhm.
But then
yeah.
I'm kind of like, you know what? Whatever, that's last year. I will not do that mistake again. So I keep my circle small, my friends small, my people small. And Tom, Dick, and Harry, who wants to be, let me work with you. And I'm like, who are you? What the date you were born? What's your star sign? What time were you born in the morning time so I can check see if we're compatible to work with you again and all that stuff. Now I'm kind of like, I'll pick and choose who I work with or do shows with and whatnot. I have to say, if I can say a little bit, Tanya had mailed earlier, commented earlier on. I have to do this if I can very quickly. Tanya, who I was in Scotland and Ireland with, and then Vanessa was saying hi, Jenny. She was the ambassador for Secret Island Tours, and she's going back to work because she hasn't stopped to breathe. So I just seen that very quickly. So I just wanted to say hi to them because I missed them.
Oh, bless you.
I missed them. We all got tattoos together in Edinburgh. So I'm just saying quickly that I missed them. I missed you girls. But I'm sorry. So I just had to throw it in before she went back to work. But yes, so they use the word para unity so loosely and as an excuse to be ignorant, to be rude, to be stupid towards people who are genuinely trying to help them. And we have, and I think they forget why they came into the paranormal field in the first place.
Yeah.
That bit blows
Yeah.
my mind, as into you came into the paranormal because you love paranormal, but people, numbers, followers, watchers took over. I want to see a live investigation. I want to hear your audio. I want to see your videos. And not one of them can produce that. So that's my thought on that.
True. True.
Yeah,
Completely true.
I just see that people use the para-unity word a lot of time to self-promote, and it's the ones who are forcing the para-unity down your throats all the time are the ones saying, "Oh, share for para-unity," but then it's for them to get likes and views, and it's all about them, and they're making it about them. And there's somebody that who keeps doing it now, and he keeps writing, "Oh, please share for para-unity." That's just getting his numbers up on his own group and page.
Definitely.
And
Yes.
time and time again, and he sort of goes through, and then he does these craft fairs.
yeah,
Okay, you know, about
And they do.
but yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
So how do we
It's too
stop?
bad.
What do we do to stop it? Is there
You
anything that we
don't.
can do to stop it?
you
no,
can't.
No.
People have free will, and that's it, isn't it?
yeah,
Right?
One, they have free will, and second, if you say something about it, you get blocked anyway. So
That's
that's not
good.
gonna work.
Yeah. Even people say, what do you think of this audio? What do you think of this picture? And I want to say, well, Nope, I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
You have the same thing as me. You start typing and then you're like, nope, delete.
Delete. Yeah.
It's
So
all good. Never
impatient.
mind.
I'm not
I
going
ain't
to
saying nothing.
because it's not worth it because they won't listen. And I find that when people put up, I want your opinions. I know when I put pictures up or videos up and I said, I would love your opinions on this picture. Even if I think I know what it is, I want people to tell me what they think. Now, some of the replies are crazy, but I will take it on board and go through it and okay. But I don't get angry with them saying, no, it's not that, it's this.
Yeah.
So don't
You're
ask.
not a believer.
Right?
That's the one, isn't it?
Don't ask an opinion. Don't ask for opinions if you're going to get butthurt over it.
No,
You know,
exactly.
I we're here to learn. Like I'm at this field 18 years, and Noreen, Noreen, I said that same thing yesterday. People are sitting on their hands sometimes, but we don't know every no we do have experience and we do understand what we do and how we do it and why we do it. We understand that, and some things we're just better at it than other people are, but we still want their opinions and we take that on board. But doesn't mean you have to get nasty with them and say, well, you're wrong, well, you put that post up, not
Mm.
me, so I'm giving you an opinion, but you hit me, you come at me, and everyone's coming at me, and I'm like, well, you know what, if you think it's a frog and the leaf of a tree that looks like a face, then it is a frog in a tree and a leaf of a face. If you
Yeah.
think it's something that you've seen already, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
No matter what I say, pareidolia, no, it's a face in a leaf of a tree. Or a raindrop, and you say, yes, that's exactly what it is. I see what you say. Yeah, it's all of that and the
I
rest.
know.
So, yeah. So I think they need to be. Um, you got to have thick skin in the field. Thick skin.
Definitely.
You
But
have.
even amongst people you think are close friends.
Yes.
I've
True.
recently been blocked by two people. No idea why, but I've got in touch with one person and it's a mistake, and I'm trying to get in touch with the other one, and it's like what I did. I posted on my profile that somebody had taken an extra profile. I think she's
Hmm,
seen that, and because of that, she's
right.
blocked my original one. But just trying to get her back and like, come on, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
It's
get paranoid as well, though, don't you?
well.
You,
You will.
you
Sorry.
get paranoid, but
If they're
who
good
can
friends.
blame? Who can blame? There are whole groups just made uh, to bash people, to make them look bad.
Oh, I know.
They create pictures. It's horrible. And all the gossip. We know people who were victim of just fabricated stories.
Yeah, I
I
don't get it.
I can't blame them to leave the paranormal because it's worse as in the spiritual world. There it's hard
Yeah.
with psychics and mediums and whatever, but the
True.
paranormal, oh my God, it's worse than the government.
It's hard. I know when someone was going to join the paranormal field, and I remember I was asked this question one night on a show. I was a guest on, and they said, "Jenny, if you could give someone an advice on if they're going to start the paranormal field, what should they do?" And I said, "Avoid it." I looked at the camera and I said, "Avoid it." And the host was like, Jenny, you can't say that. And I'm like, well, they asked a question, so I answered, "Avoid it by all costs. Avoid it." Unless, unless you have thick skin, and it took everyone in the field, and I'm sure we all went through it, that as strong as we are, and we are strong people, there's times and knocks when they will knock you down that you don't want to do anything anymore.
Mhm.
Like you are just like, this is not what I signed up for. I love what I do. I'm good at what I do. We're all love what we do. We're all good at what we do. But when you have one person going into 10 people, going into 15 people, going into 20 people, calling you names, and they don't even know what your profile picture looks like, and they
Yeah.
have an opinion on you, it will knock someone's confidence so much. And and with that comes mental health as well. That they have no idea what people we are paranormal investigators and researchers, but behind the scenes, we are people too that has life and jobs and so on. They
Yeah.
have no idea what they're knocking within mental health of people. But you see,
Exactly.
you have these keyboard warriors, and they're very opinionated when they haven't left their seat to do one nice investigation. And if they did, it's probably 2 or 3 hours when we could go 2 or 3 days investigating one location for the weekend where we sleep rough.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
people say, "Do you have your audio set up yet?" I'm home 3 hours ago. It will take me a month to go through my work. By the time I sleep and eat and sit at my computer for 8 hours to do audio work or video work, to see my dogs, my children, and so on, it takes weeks before I can show you anything.
Yeah,
And people have to understand
Yeah.
that we love what we do. Patrice, oh, I can just see the name Patrice there. I love Patrice. Sorry, Patrice had to leave the tour. Sorry, I'm going to jump in here now and again. Patrice had to leave the tour earlier because of family bereavement.
Oh no.
Yeah, but we love Patrice. We love Patrice. Patrice, I have to text you later on. But we have our own lives going on. That these amount of bullying within the paranormal, which nobody, not even Einstein, could figure out the afterlife, and he's Einstein.
Mm,
exactly.
Not even he could. Patrice, my darling, love you. Not even he could figure out the afterlife, and we're up shit creek without a paddle. If Einstein couldn't figure it out, but because we have new technology, we're learning a little bit more and more and more and more. And we can do baby steps. So when you have these buddies coming in, they have no idea what we do and why we enjoy it, and that this is an outlet for us who would have mental health problems and so on. So don't bully within this field either, which is,
No,
which is a big, big, huge, huge factor. And I know I was at one point, and I'm Jenny. I come back. If you don't hear me, you bloody well hear. If you don't see me, you'll hear me. So I'll always come back. So that's a big thing when it comes to Paraunity and mental health. Don't be stupid.
exactly.
Yeah.
Don't mix in with the people that have no idea who this person that bullying is.
No,
Sorry, I talked too long.
exactly.
That's my thing.
right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're right about it because when I started, I used to read all the bad comments as well, and I was like, okay, I don't feel good with this.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have my wife. She says you should really stop reading those shit because
Mm,
that's bullshit. You
right.
know you do a good job. You don't have to be in doubt about it. And if somebody doesn't believe it, that's their problem. So I stopped reading the negative things and I started reading only the positive things.
Mm,
And like you said, it's only bullies. They're bullies.
yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
That's it.
They don't want you to be a success. They don't want you to be a believer in the paranormal because they don't believe it. So you don't have to believe that.
Right.
You're crazy.
Yeah. The less you
I,
see, the less it
I am
hurts.
crazy.
Well, listen, who isn't? It's good to be crazy. Normal is good to be crazy. But I always say, the less I see, the less hurts me. If I need to see, don't, if anyone said anything derogatory about me, don't screenshot it, shoot it, and send it to me. I don't want to know. The less I see, the
No,
less I know, the better for me, because
Yeah,
you're hurting
right.
me, right? And
exactly.
I get people are looking after you and having your back, saying X, Y, Z said this about you. Here's the screenshot. Don't do that, because we are happy just in our lane and doing our thing. Let us just be us. If people don't like us, we can't change their mind. It's not our business if they don't like us. If they don't like us, they've got a problem with us. It's on them. They have a problem with themselves, not with you, I, or anyone else. So
No,
if there, I mean, I know a few people that took locations off me and took names off me, and that's why I said. And I'm thinking invitation is the biggest form of flattery. You're welcome. You're
Yeah.
welcome. And I'm not
exactly.
looking for competition. I like what I do, and I'm good at what I do, and I'm doing my thing. So
Keep it coming.
keep it going, keep it going.
I think really we're just responsible to ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah,
Because
we are.
ultimately we've got friends in this field, but ultimately you just got to be true to you, true to yourself, and be true to what you want to get out of this.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
Yeah,
everybody's got their own views. They want to do YouTube. They want to get thousands of pounds on that. Whatever, do it. And everyone's got their own niche. If they want to do fake crap, do it. Whatever. I'm not bothered. I'm not interested. You just stick by what you do, what you're happy with. I go to investigations. I book locations myself. I've got a group of people sort of say, "Oh, do you want to go here?" People come along and we have some crazy experiences because we're all up for it. And I've even had people say, "Oh, that couldn't have happened because you didn't film it. You're not a proper paranormal investigator because you didn't film it." Well, that's not why I go. I go there for personal experiences. And
Yeah.
quite frankly, some of what I get, I can't even put out there.
Right?
Yeah.
I really can't. My last investigation was insane. We had to leave after 2.5 hours. It was just too, and we even got sulphur following us out the building,
Right? That's a
and
no
that
no.
that was concerning, and that isn't. We're not showing that. It's just too much. You don't want people to see that.
No, that's a
No.
big no no. When you do with the sulfur,
You know,
it's because we're sorry for interrupting you, but because we're on location and we can smell sulfur, and people are watching a live or watching a video or you're filming, that part has to be a little bit. I mean, some people will say, "Oh my God, we're getting sulfur, we're running." Love it, love that for you. But when you're having sulfur smells, you're on the field.
we got out. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's the only time I've got out of
yeah,
somewhere, and it. We have a chat about it, a private chat, and
right.
just
That's
one of
it.
them, isn't it? But
People are on the field and and you can smell it, but people who are watching want to see more. But when you're on the field and you smell sulfur, you know you need to go.
yeah, the live was cut well before that.
Right.
The
Right,
live
right,
was
right,
cut to make it as soon as it got mildly heavy, that was it. We cut it,
yeah.
and then
Right.
it got really heavy because that is not to go out.
Absolutely
And
not. That's a
because
good
we're
thing.
not into likes and views, we do it as an experience. We do it to try and find out more and more. And then if you did put it out, they go, "Oh, that's bullshit." Well, whatever. We don't care. We just go
Yeah.
and do our thing and sort of
And then you say, how
try and
many
get answers.
right, and then you say, how many investigations have you been on? And they go, just because I've never been on any.
It
Okay.
always works. That always works.
How many Ghost Adventures did you watch?
I don't think I've watched a full one yet, to be fair. I just saw his face. I thought, nah, can't be asked.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Kimmy. Kimmy, love. So what is your sorry, why am I asking questions like it's my show? It's not Mary. Go ahead.
Oh, you can ask the questions. It's our show right now.
Yes.
Bless you.
Okay, what is your next upcoming investigations?
Ooh.
Um, we have residential,
Oh,
and
Oh,
a child is being harassed,
ooh.
and it has to do with a previous investigation,
oh,
and not done by us, but
hmm.
We
yeah,
have to do the cleanup.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I don't want to spill out too much because I don't make many friends, and they will probably block me. And
Whatever.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
exactly their problem. But yeah, the problem been solved, has to be solved. This child is 8 years old,
Wow.
so we have to take care of it.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
It
As
is.
you know, I've child who's 8 years of age is preteen and so on. Yeah, that's an interesting
yeah.
case.
And we hope to do a location before my partner in crime, the other side, is going on vacation. So, and we take our other team member on the road, Eric, if I'm correct. So
Yeah,
that
we have
should
to
be
make some
fun.
plans about that.
Yeah, this should be fun.
Wow, that's I would in the background if you could let us know how it went for you, that you're safe and the child is safe. That if
Oh
Yeah,
you
yeah,
let us know, yeah,
we will.
that would be interesting.
Do you
yeah.
know if they're in tune or not? If the child's in tune,
No, it's not in
mediumistically?
tune. Mother isn't in tune. The child not.
Okay.
So
Jeez.
it's
Yeah.
a lot of work, and in the background,
Yeah.
I'm giving advice. I'm also a therapist, so she's dropping everything with me at the moment, and I give a lot of advice. Some things she can use, other things
Yeah.
doesn't feel comfortable with, but I try to help as much as I can to get her in tune.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's always like a case when you go to investigate a location when there's a child involved, it's more sensitive.
You've got to
You
be
know,
Yeah.
careful, yeah.
it's a lot more sensitive because you're not just investigating a home, you're investigating something a home that is affecting a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's a sensitive one. It's going to be a tough one.
It
Oh,
is.
definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah.
I always think it's heavy with children involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reminds me of a previous case we had, also involving a small child. And it
Mm.
was a baby, if I'm correct.
Oh my goodness.
And
It was, yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
we,
had to think about that.
yeah,
It wasn't coming in. I was like, which one was that? Oh, I got it.
yeah, I'm
There was a baby. Yeah.
walking encyclopedia, me. Yeah, and we
That
had
was it.
some evidence, and we tried to debunk it. I was the crazy one, jumping and doing
That was fun.
everything. We didn't film it because we could make a bloopers for half an hour,
I think
because
so. Yeah.
yeah, because of the mad things I'd done.
Oh,
Jump off the stairs, crawl down the floor, throwing my hands up. So
Oh no,
yeah, so if a child is involved, you take it very serious.
absolutely. Yeah,
definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's why sometimes
Definitely.
I don't take residential. I did one where there was a young child involved, and then they got back to me and said, more things are happening outside since we left, and I'm like, no, because maybe it did because we had awoken them, but we did say to them at the beginning, and there was a young child involved. Nothing was. It was in the daytime, a coffee morning, having a coffee and doing a little bit of a call out. And then the audio that I did back was very interesting, very interesting. And then they had gotten back to me saying the child is waking up, the light is on, X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. The child has special needs and so on. So I'm asking all the questions and so on. The child was not present in the house at that time. But I did say I will not do another residential one. I know there's one up in the north of Ireland that I'm not interested in doing because it's a residential that I don't want to do, even though there's no children involved, but I don't want to do it because it's residential. Yes, you have paperwork to get them to sign to say you've asked me on your own free will to ask me to come and investigate your house, but I'm just not doing it because people can turn and go X, Y, Z, and I just decided not to do it personally for myself, not to do residentials. And actually, I did two of them, and one of them was not too far away from me, and they were using stuff. So I just decided myself, this is wasting my time. I'm gonna get annoyed. This is not what I'm here for. I'm not kind of like an advertisement, to come into your house to cleanse it. I don't do that stuff. Give me they were using drugs and whatnot, and I seen the drugs in the house only after the investigation. And that's when I thought, no, we're not doing this stuff. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's why I won't do
So
residential. And then
yeah.
ask personal questions. Your electricity, your mental health, are you on medication? And these questions I don't like to ask people. And you have to ask them before you do an investigation.
Mhm.
And I'm not I don't want to go there with that. So but you have to if you're doing a residential. You have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It
like you
is
said,
so
with some
different.
people, they think you are a theater show or something.
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
But too many groups sort of go out there and say it's a free night out. And that's the problem. It's going to cause more trouble for the families and everything.
yeah,
I've done a few, but specifically three just came to me within the space of a week.
wow,
And one was because a neighbour had said that she was in a witch's house and the witch had done a lot of practicing, so that kind of scared her. So we sorted
Okay.
that one out. Another one was like in tune with spirit, and yeah, we sorted that. And I always took a medium with me so
Okay.
they could actually see who was there. And we weren't going to mess around. You're not going to get the case. You can see, she could see, and she could like know if it was good, but you know what I mean, and pick up on it more than anything. And then also somebody contacted me about one, and she kept phoning me. Well, no, I was actually passed a case by somebody, And I said, "Yeah, I'll take it on." But I spoke to the woman, and she starts, and then she started screaming on the phone. And then she kind of kept phoning me all the time on that particular day. And she started off quite calmly, then she's been attacked, and I thought, This doesn't wash right."
Right. Yeah.
And I sort of thought, well, this is going to be a mental health issue. It's got to be, but I'm not
Right.
going to take that call.
Right.
So what I did, I referred her to a local spiritualist church because I thought they're more sort of dealing with this on a day to day basis. She needs help. So let her go there. She's got, I'm not saying experts, but people who do this frequently.
Right.
And the first thing they said, go to your doctor.
To who? To
To that woman, yeah. So they told her to go to a doctor and get checked out first. So, my reason for like thinking there was something wrong, what I mean? I thought it was more medical. Straight away, this spiritualist church that said, go and see a doctor, make sure
Yeah.
everything's all
wow.
right first, and then come back.
Wow.
She didn't go back. She stopped talking to me
Wow.
and then got a ghost hunting team in. So I don't know what happened, but yeah. So I don't know if that's what she wanted in the long run, but she'd been on medication as
I
well.
mean, I'm even afraid to think what happened on the night that team went in. If they were, I mean, I'm not saying all teams are not legit. You have some teams that are kind of like, fame crazy or, stupid crazy or, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very, this is what you're up against.
Does
You
she
have,
just want attention? Like straight away. I don't know if it's spirit guide or whatever. I do mediumship to some degree. I'm not brilliant at it, but I just got this thing. Don't do it. I
you were
I
told.
was just sort of nah. It just didn't wash right. I wasn't safe because you're actually going to strangers' houses.
So I,
Yeah.
This is the thing as
right,
well, isn't it?
right. And I think, I don't know what team she took in. They could be a great team. They could be a bad team. They could be a novice team. But they're going in and they're going to see what she said. I heard this, and they say, "Oh yeah, we heard it too." So they could, if they're a novice team or a team that really don't give a crap, and they're
Mm,
going to feed into her fear and leave her with fear, and then make whatever she's going through even bloody worse.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Which is why, you know, we as investigators and researchers, and we don't go ghost hunting because I'm not hunting rabbits, for Christ's sake, I'm not hunting rabbits. I'm ghost investigation and ghost researching, or paranormal researching, should I say, not ghost. But you would have Tom, Dick, and Harry going in and feeding into her just to get into her house to say, yes, we can hear the sound too. But
Mm,
if they don't hear the sound, they're saying to this woman or this person or the owner of the home that they can hear the sound too. So
Yeah.
then they leave her at the end of the night, and then she's left in the house thinking X, Y, Z is happening, and they all go off and say, right, let's put this up on our YouTube because we've got this X, Y, and Z, and that's what we're up
Yep.
against. Basically, that's what we're up
Sure.
against, about these stupid people, and I think when you go into private homes, sign a waiver, sign a waiver to say on your merit that you have asked us into your home. This might happen. This might happen. We are not responsible for this.
that's right.
Date, sign it, date it, timestamp it, address it, XYZ. Take a selfie if you have to take a selfie and put it onto your file, but never go into a home without proof that the owner asked you in, and sign this piece of paper to say, I allow these people in, I give them permission to XYZ, yada yada yada. We've talked 3 or 4 times before meeting the investigation. I understand the rules, I understand what might happen, XYZ. Sign it, you are covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
right.
Covered. Apart from that, never do a private home. Otherwise, they will get you. Chantel, my love bug. Hello, my darling. How are you, my love bug?
It was me and another woman as well. And that was the thing because things to me seemed like they're out of control. And I think it was more like a mental health rather than, whether the mental health was causing it or whether she was hallucinating maybe. I don't know. You can't do that court, can you? And I just didn't want part of it.
Yeah,
I passed it on to a spiritualist church, thought their experience, balls in her court. I did try and find out afterwards what happened, but she'd just gone on to another team, so maybe that's all she wanted, somebody to come out, have a play, and
and agree with everything she
yeah,
says, and then leave
Yeah.
her be, and then that's the end of that. And then, you know, And that's why we have no idea what we're doing, who we are, what country we live in. What do we know? We know nothing. We know nothing.
Yeah, me and my wife, we had the same problem with a mental health patient. Probably, in the end, we noticed it was a mental health patient. We got a case from somebody else, like Paraunity wise. We do get cases. We had to go to the other side of the country, which is no problem because I go everywhere. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Um, Supposedly she had something like a snake going over the floor, which she
Okay.
saw, and we were like, okay, no problem. We will try to cleanse your house, and then that will be that. We didn't find a whole lot. We did capture some EVPs, but wasn't that
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
We cleansed the house, which we always do, and it always goes right. We never had a complaint about that. And all of a sudden, she started calling the case manager who gave us the case in the first place.
Wow.
That she captured one, and it was a fly. It turned into a fly, and she was going to send it to him in a bucket. And I
Oh.
was like, "What? Excuse me, what?"
What?
I said, what mental health station did she come from? Because this is weird to me."
Oh wow.
Right. Right.
My wife was even in doubt because she knows she can cleanse a house. She knows she can do it without ease. It's going to be easy for her. She can do it with two fingers in her nose and her eyes closed. That
Oh.
easy.
Oh,
But
gee.
she started to doubt herself because of this woman. Because she said it wasn't gone and we were messing
Oh.
up and it was going to get worse. And I was like, you don't have to doubt yourself. You know you can do it. And
Oh.
then she started to call about catching them and sending them to them. And I was like, see, we
Wow.
did our job. She's just, I don't know what's wrong with that person, but we laughed our asses
A
off
You
afterwards.
did
nutcase.
pest control then,
Oh, man.
not Ghostbusters.
Exactly.
What can you do?
That was the
And that's the
worst
most
one.
important thing. That's the most important thing. Like I was saying, it's great when someone asks you into the home. You're thinking like, oh
Mhm.
God, a free location, X, Y, Z.
I
But
don't see that.
this is back in the day.
Yeah.
Maybe some people now that will go with that. But for us, it would be a big hell to the no. We're not doing it.
Mhm.
That's a big. I mean, when I the second location that I did, and we were at the end of it, and I kind of nudged this guy was outside having a cigarette, and I nudged my friend at the time who was with me, and I said, look, and there was pinned to the wooden fireplace a bag of coke,
Wow.
and I thought, yeah, that's why you're freaking seeing things,
Yep.
and all that stuff, and that's when I thought. And then he kept mailing me, Jenny, did you listen to the audio? Did you listen to the audio? Did you listen to the audio? I said, I did, but there's nothing there. But I know someone's there. I know someone's there. He was mailing me at 3 o'clock, in the morning. And me being me, tell him, if you mail me one more time, I am going to block your arse. Stop mailing me. It doesn't happen overnight. I'm going through your stuff. I've heard nothing on that audio, absolutely nothing. And
No.
he began to threaten me
Oh
and
no.
so on and so on. And that's when I told him to
Okay.
so so that's what I said to him, and then it all stopped. I like the mute button. And that's what it
People,
all.
the reason why Jenny mutes itself is because if we put this online on, for instance, TikTok, we get banned.
Yeah, I couldn't go
So that's why.
live on TikTok on my backup account because of Jenny cursing.
Myself on mute all the time. So if I have to say something, oh my god, this person. If you can lip read, you know what I'm saying. Okay.
But TikTok is harsh as well, but they can.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. So
wackers.
it's tough. I love the mute, Jenny. I see. I mute. All, see, but I
Yeah.
speak in heart, but I speak it silently. But if you know what you know by my face or my hand signals, I can do sign. I do a little bit of sign, but Tom, chicken. but that's it's kind of, and I think when it comes to like Tanya knows. I told Tanya about my mutant my oh god, I love Tanya. She was on the team. We have the same tattoos. Oh Tanya.
Yay.
Oh Tanya, we all got the tattoos together in Edinburgh. In Edinburgh. And but I think that it's you have to have your back covered
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
you do investigations. Even we all have insurance when we do locations. When it goes to private homes, you have to have insurance as well to cover your ass, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
I know
most definitely.
I'm very passionate. Hi, Pamela. I'm very passionate. But you have to cover your back because of people who will come for you thinking you're just a regular, you're just a paranormal team. You don't have this, you don't have that. But let me tell you, I have insurance, I have a uniform, I have all of it covered.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I'd be very particular on who I work with and what I investigate and research. And I'd like to go to locations more than one time. So, one time, say you can come to my location for one time. One time is nice, but it's not enough for me. I want to
No.
research the crap out of a location. Research it, like Lep Castle that I go to all the time. I'm learning, and I know I don't know I know what I need to know of Lep Castle, but I'm learning more from it. That's my forte. That's what we do. But you have to have your back covered with everything in the paranormal, especially with the teams that don't have it, but then think you know nothing. Okay, just saying. Okay, again. So yeah, that's my spiel on it. And I've been very good. I've been very. I even muted myself once tonight, maybe twice. I don't know.
Brilliant.
3 or 4 times
Did I
at least.
before we
At least. Yeah.
maybe before we started? Maybe I don't know. But
All right, guys. The
yeah.
biggest bloopers.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
I
Mary, she
don't
started
know.
cursing. Bad girl.
Oh,
Because you curse, you have to start.
yeah.
yeah. It's the worst thing. I was a rookie. And I've done previous investigations, but as psychic and with Reiki, did the cleansing, but I had my first equipment. So I went baselining and nothing jumped off. Everything was point one, point two. And we went in the back of the building and it was very quiet, very quiet. There was a door behind us. I thought it was locked. So every now and then the meters go off, and I was asking questions and questions, and it went off and off. And then I was curious and went to that door, opened it up, and it was the heating. I was talking to the
Oh,
heating on the heating.
nice one. Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
I felt so stupid.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just fun. That's fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. Afterwards, I can laugh about it. It's now 12 years ago.
Really?
30, yeah, I was younger and also blonde, so I had my moment. Uh,
Okay. Who's next for the blooper?
I'll
wow.
go.
Okay.
I was I was doing it for I think 2 3 years. We were in a forest called the Solschat, and that's in the Netherlands. It was kind of spooky place, but what we didn't know, it was hunting season, so that was one of the bloopers. Shouldn't do that.
scary.
It later on made us running because there was a gunshot pretty close by, so it made us running.
No.
But
Really? Wow.
before that, so it was a blooper on a blooper. Before that, it was turning a bit creepy. It was pitch black, and we heard growling. We saw
Wow.
black mess going forward and backwards. Could be pareidolia because our eyes were like trying to
Oh,
focus. So we don't know if it's true, if it is something that we saw. But There were a lot of branches there, of course. This a hole started moving backwards, and I stepped on a branch, and that branch was long enough to grab my ankle. So I jumped. I was scared to death.
Oh wow.
And from that moment on, I always say the ghosts don't scare me, it's all the other things. Everything scares me except for the ghosts.
Oh my god. So
But after that, we started walking backwards and
ah,
we were talking, and then the gunshot happened, so we went like the wind to the car.
holy crap.
We never did that again.
That's crazy. Mine is
That
very
scared the living shit out of me.
I I guess mine was like what my first ever ghost hunt. So, it's the thought of like being awake all night because it's like when you went to bed about 10 o'clock and you think you've got to do till 5 in the morning, you think, well, how the hell are you going to survive? And it started late as well, and it's the National Justice Museum in Nottingham. So we decided to have fish chips and mushy peas. Now, you obviously won't know what mushy peas are, but they're just these the peas, and they're
mashed.
just
Mashed.
mashed
Yeah.
peas basically, yeah, something like that. But they're known like beans for having a certain effect on your stomach after a while. So we went and did this vigil. So we're in this cave and we're all sitting around. All of a sudden, the demon belly just went for it. The loudest noise ever. You're just like, oh my god, can you admit this? Someone's nearly screaming because they hear this
Oh, it's so
sound.
funny.
It's like my stomach. But yeah, you just sort of admit to it. I thought, oh my gosh.
Mine is so similar, and I have my audio running at the time. I have it on my SoundCloud on my files as an outtake, and my stomach was a little bit dumb and dumber, like the gurgles, gurgling, gurgling. And so I thought, I'm sitting on a wooden bench, my downstairs, no one's going to hear it, all in the same room and the museum and so on. And I thought it would be silent. Yeah, I'm sitting on a wooden bench, and it was like I had everything recorded. Oh my goodness, it was just crazy. I'm, sit- I'm sitting on a wooden bench, thinking, like, here I am, like, oh, it's getting so hot in here, lifting my arse cheek, know? And then I thought it would just go poof. No, it didn't. It ricocheted off the wood. It ricocheted off the wood, and it was like, oh, you can hear me going, oh, and I kept laughing, like thinking, like, oh my god. And someone said, "Who's that dirty?" I was like, "It was me. It was me." And Lauren said, "But I have it in audio as my outtake." So the funniest thing about that audio, is my laugh because my laugh was like a shocked laugh that I was like, "Woo!" and it kept laughing. It wasn't the thing itself. It was like I thought it would just be a silent but non-violent one. It ricocheted on wood. So don't be silent but violent on wood because it will ricochet, and especially if you have your audio on. But yes, there has been many, and I have a lot of outtakes on my files. I have a lot of outtakes, and when I do my audio work, and my daughter say to me, "Mom, why are you laughing so much at doing the audio work?" Because it's bloody hilarious. Because you say, "Oh, bleep 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 bleep," I say bleep bleep bleep, but I don't say it on location. I say, "Oh, you bleepity bleepity bleep 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 bleep." And I do when I do my lives, and I just say what you see is live and location. So if you hear something, say in Castle, if we're walking down the stairs or in the bloody chapel or in the banquet room or something happens, if I say, "Oh, bleep bleep bleep," which I'm saying bleep 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 in the show, but I don't say bleep 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 in a live.
Yeah.
Say bleep bleep bleep. So it's kind of like you're watching from your couches or your bed or whatever. You're in a real location, in a real castle, and a real bloody chapel. And X, Y, Z. We don't mean to say these things, but if we do, what on the battlefield? We're on the battlefield of it.
Yeah.
We're doing it for real. My goodness, yeah, we're doing it for real.
I try not to curse during investigations because my mom always said it's not ladylike. and we had an investigation 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
and the laser grid got blocked.
Wow.
Well, bleep, 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 bleep.
My gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that worked out fine.
yeah,
Wow. And
yeah.
did you find out what was blocking the grid?
It was
Um,
something walking by.
yeah,
Wow,
Wow, impressive.
goodness. I
yeah.
love that.
We tried to
So
debunk it
yeah.
by
Oh gosh. Okay.
looking which part was blocked, and it was not Shane, it was not me.
Wow.
That's
So,
brilliant.
and
That's impressive. I've never seen that
Right?
really.
Oh, I have another one that
That's so
blocked
cool.
the
Wow.
laser with my wife in front of it. No, back. He was taking my wife for a round through the laser grid, and I got one that blocked my complete screen.
My God.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
Don't you love when these things happen that you say it's the
Oh,
creme de la creme?
It
Just
is,
especially
yeah.
make it out,
especially the one that blocked completely because I saw that one with my own eyes.
right?
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
it's like the creme de la creme. I know when I had like yourself, you had Tony and Cherie on, and they had played one of the videos. And it's on YouTube. I have to send you the link of it. It is crazy video footage of one of the YouTubes that has about 14 likes in it, and I'm thinking like, holy crap, you're these people, and you don't. This is not enough
Yeah,
viewings on it. Like this is what we do and how we do it and why we do
yeah,
it. Like these are like Tony and Sheree, fantastic people in paranormal. I mean, they
yeah,
are breaking through audio, ITC. We love that. We know it. The video footage that they had put up on the YouTube was just you can we can look at it a million ways. Who was there? Y said, and I spoke to them about that on the show that night. And I will send the link after the show. I'll send the link. It is phenomenal. It is probably the best I've ever seen on capture. But I will send the link after the show. I will send the link. I know one night I was up in Shane's Castle in County Antrim. I was there 2 weeks ago after 8 years. It's been amazing getting back into the tunnels of Shane's Castle. And thanks to Roisin Bennett, who allowed me and my tour group to go back into the tunnels. I thought just the land, but we got into the tunnels where I started off my paranormal journey was in Shane's Castle tunnels. So it was really nice to be there again. And I remember being there one night, late, getting up to location, and I seen a solid black figure walking from the men's toilets, which are outside, walking from right to left. And then one of the person in the car beside me said, "Oh my God, did you see that?" And I said, "What did you see?" And they said, "I seen a waist and legs." So I seen the top half, they seen the bottom half, but it wasn't being recorded. We had no equipment we had equipment with us, but not set up, and so on and so on. But these are called personal experiences. That
yep,
you did it, you know it. I wish if people could, good night, Joanne. If people could see what you've seen or understand why you're so passionate about the paranormal,
yeah,
yep,
it's not to be who's the best. I got this, I got the most, I got this, I got that. It's kind of like, I'm delighted you got it. It means that you have gotten something. Doesn't mean I didn't get it. Just means that you got it, and there's more out there that we're not all gonna get the same thing of investigations or research or
no,
anything like that. But I find the field to be very competitive.
yeah,
When people say I got X, Y said, I remember being on the team years ago when I was on my first team, and there'd be 3 or 4 reporters going on in Shane's Castle in the tunnels. So, and then the founder would put up the audio and say, my recorder was down there, my recorder was down there, that's my recorder, that's my recorder. And I'm thinking, I knew at the time, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, there's like before I knew what I know now, I'm thinking at the time, there's more recorders than one. They don't all pick up at the same time,
No.
and that's it. But it's competitive of who gets what in the paranormal. Like if you get
yep,
one thing, then you're the expert. You're the expert. And I find that people who do TV and whatnot, that they're the experts. And we know shit all. We know shit all. I was going to say something else before that, but I changed the F word out. We get shit all. that we're not as experienced as they are because they have lights, cameras, and actions and money, and
True.
we get nothing compared to them when we really do. We really do. It's just not out there. So it takes, all of us to be in the same circle to say, I understand you, I see you, I got it, I understand it, I love what you're doing, and X, Y, Z, yada, yada, yada. But when you have TV thing and all that going on, it's kind of like we are here and they are here. And I've spoken to many people on TV and they're basically here and we're here. Because we have to travel by our own money. We have to buy our own equipment. We have to
Yeah.
do the thing. So, and I've met
Yep.
a few people on TV, and I won't mention names, but I've met a few people on TV, and I'm thinking like, you're a bit of a gobshite. You're generally a bit of a gobshite. And I'm using
Yeah.
gobshite as a nice word because really the F is like trying to fight out my lips, but I'm trying not to let the F come out. And I'm struggling a lot with that. But we yeah, Tanya, ego plays a lot, that we love what we do, how we do it, but if you're on TV, we are here.
But then if they're on TV, they're kind of forced for something to happen as well, aren't they?
Yep.
You
Well,
know,
True.
something has to happen, so they have to drop the standards sometimes.
right, but why do that and still be the person that you want to see them on a tour or you want to investigate with them, knowing that there are TV people like, give me the real shit, give me the real stuff.
Yeah.
Don't be egotistical TV person owner, because I've met them and I'm thinking like, I want to. Hold on, I got to mute.
Yeah, but you know the problem is with the TV and the real deal. The real deal is boring to other people, not to us, but to other people.
Yeah, yeah,
It
And
depends
TV
who
isn't
you're with.
boring because everything happens there.
It depends which
yeah.
group you go out with and the sort of the combination of energies. And if I go
True.
on a private, the combination of energies can, because everyone's up for it, everyone's experienced, and all hell can
Yep.
break loose.
Yeah.
And
True.
people might not believe
Agreed.
us, but whatever, I need to
No,
put
but
more
people want to be
bullshit out
fooled.
there.
People want to be fooled. They want to be lied to. One way or another, people want to be lied to. I don't know why that is because they believe everything that AI is doing as well. And I'm
Right?
like,
That's appalling. Yeah.
Yeah.
excuse me?
Reminds me of Ghost Adventures. Every single time. Did you see that? They
Yeah.
have
Good.
at least 25
Yep.
cameras and didn't catch it. And
Oh
so
Nope.
every time
my
it's a
God.
demon, and every time he get possessed or
you just
whatever.
you just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
cameras. I'm going into this room by myself. And yet he walks into a room by himself, there's a camera on him. So I'm like, okay. So if I go into the bathroom by myself, said, am I using my own phone? I'm going into this room by myself. I'm going into the bathroom. I changed cameras and hands. I'm going into the bathroom by myself. It's just me and the camera.
Yeah.
But he's like, his two hands was like, I'm going into the bathroom by myself.
Yeah.
You're like, who the bleep is holding your bleeping? Like,
There goes the mute button again.
I did. You see, but
Before.
I did. But let the safe the network is safe the network. But I mute my camera. I mute my microphone. But like, who's holding your camera? Like, if
Yeah.
I'm in here by myself, guys. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, guys. It's
Yeah.
so crazy, guys. And I'm like, oh my mother bleeping guys. It just when we come home and I'm like, taking a selfie or taking a video, saying like my hair is up to here, like something happened to Mary or whatever like that, and my makeup is like on my face, and I'm like, guys, we just like did about 12 hours in Lep Castle, and we're like, it's such a great night. I'm holding a camera and I'm probably shaking because I'm so tired and I didn't eat or whatever, but you'd have this like I am here like after like 24 hours in a location and I look amazing and I just rescued a dog and so on. No, we don't do that stuff. We don't do that.
No. We look like crap in the mornings.
Oh gosh, yeah.
For sure. I'm completely drained.
Hmm.
Completely.
I know. Yes,
It's been a good one, don't you, if you're drained?
right. The
Yeah.
paranormal hangover. The paranormal hangover.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Right.
first, we need a burger.
No, chocolate.
No, a
Chocolate.
burger.
We need a cup
Burger.
of tea. A
Yeah.
cup of tea.
We moved on from chocolate and Red Bull to McDonald's.
No,
So we're going to the Mac and eat a huge burger.
I go to
If I
McDonald's first.
trust me, picture this: if I eat a burger, I'll take a bite, and it's right here.
oh yes, I know. But I have to say, if I can say something very quickly with Samantha, your lovely wife Shane, what happened to Aaron is horrible.
That's
Yeah,
awful.
Yes,
Right?
it
absolutely.
Yeah.
is.
And she only got 3 years.
Wow.
Only.
Right? And that her intent was pure murder. Her intent was
Yeah.
murder. So imagine if they went ahead with it.
Yeah,
Yep.
But she was what's the word that's being said? Premeditated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's
she premeditated
surreal.
murder. So she got 3 years because it didn't happen. It didn't work. Wow.
And they wonder why vigilantes happen.
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's and then to listen to his victim impact statement in
Yeah.
court
Oh
wow.
my God. Yeah.
was was his heart, his life, his security was broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
will never trust a person ever again.
no,
right? And it will, like we said, what you see on TV, like I said, what you see on us, what we do, and mental health is not what you see in the background. What,
No.
like I said earlier on tonight, your background is completely different, which we didn't know about what was going on with Aaron and his wife. This is an example
yeah,
of mental health, and now his mental health is going to take an effect of this because he did what he loves to do, and this is what happened because of money and fame and TV and so on and so
Yeah.
on, and a bad
Exactly.
person. So this is what we said about earlier on tonight about be easy on people who love paranormal because we don't judge people. They love fishing, they love sky gliding, they love XYZ. That's our hobby. Our hobby is paranormal investigations
Yeah.
yeah,
and research. And because people think it because it's out of this world, basically it is, but it's out of this world that, we're not crazy people. You're just afraid of the truth. You're afraid of the answers. You're afraid of
Yeah.
death. And we get that. We got it. We get it. We all are afraid of death. We all are. We're
Yeah.
human. But we just want to know as people, we want to know what happens. And people are different. What happens life after death? And you do get stupid people who will post stupid stuff on Facebook and YouTube and internet and media, stupid stuff. But when it comes to real investigators and researchers like us four and the rest of the people that are there, like Nick Muley, Jeremy York, Willow, many other teams that I know here in Ireland and the UK and America, that we are genuine with our evidence. We want to know ourselves. But this, with this thing of mental health,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
we have this now with Aaron.
Do
Yeah.
you find you more trusting with relationships with paranormal spiritual people than you are ordinarily? Like you might sort of meet somebody at work, it takes ages to build a bond up. If you meet someone paranormal, you're risking your life. Your life is in their hands. If you're in a building
Yeah,
or you sort of pull up somewhere at 10 o'clock and you're with them till 2, 4 in the morning as a lone female, you have to trust them. And then you have
Yeah.
these really strange, bizarre experiences which link you. And then you kind of trust them straight away and you deal with people
yeah.
from all different parts of society.
Yeah.
There are people that you would not mix with in normal life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sort of do, and it kind of does bring people together. But sometimes through that, it does cause more heartache, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. It does.
absolutely. Know for sure because I can get into trance and I have to have people surrounding me who are watching me. And Shane stepped in the first investigation right away, and I trust him with my life.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good to
Yeah,
hear.
I have to say, if I didn't step in, she probably would have fell.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
on my face.
She was like, "Uh oh." You.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's the thing. You have to, and it takes a lot of time to find the right people. And I know we have, and some of us here, many of us here have had to go through a multiple team of people
Yeah.
that will have your back, or will just ride your back, or will just stab you in the back, and so on and so
Yeah.
on. And so we've got to go through that, you know. And I've gone through it. You've gone through it, guys, and I have done too. And it's really hard that I kind of gave up on it. And now I have one fantastic woman on my team now, and I love the way she works. So I like, we're friends for over 10 years. But it teaches us to be a little bit different. Like, I'm not as anal, I'm not as, as I was when I started out. I protect people, and I think the older I get, I change a little bit more. But you have to have your safety net within a team. And
Yeah.
I did not have that for many years. They would have just dropped me in the ground and let me go and just say, "Oh my God, is my battery running out? Is my equipment working?" And I could be downstairs in the kitchen floor, like, having a moment. And they probably like, "My camera's not working," or XY is not working, or "Where's Jenny?" or XY said. There's times when they've gone to a location and I purposely did not turn up for 2 hours. They'd mail me 2 hours later to say, "Jenny, we just didn't even know you were not here." Well, okay. It's under Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers, and I'm the founder, and you should not walk into the location without me, first and foremost, because I am the holder of the insurance. But there you go. You did what you did. So I'm like, on your head be it. Enjoy your night. I'm staying home, but I will tell you, because you're there without me, you're not insured. You're not insured. And they were like, "Oh my God, Jenny, come over, come over." I'm like, "Guys, I open up a bottle of wine, I'm watching a movie, and go bleep yourselves. If you can think you can do it, and XY said, on your head be it." So you have to have your people with you that you can
Yeah.
trust. I have a good person with me now, and we work together. And I think I've kind of like, if I work next year in Emerald Isle, I do, and if I don't, I don't. I'm kind of at that ley line where I'm kind of like, I kind of, I'll always do what I do. I'll always be here. I'll always do an Emerald Isle. But I will not be taking ever 5 or 6 members of my team ever again. Ever
Yeah.
again. I am too pretty to go to prison. I have to go to prison, and you can't afford to bail me out. So no, I will not be doing it again. No, I'll take two or three, if that. I have one
Yeah.
with me. I have one person with me, and she's great. So yeah. Anything else after that? Now, Mary,
Nope.
many years we've been talking, Mary. Many years we've been talking, and I'm like, "Mary, I can't do it again. I can't do it, Mary. I'm not doing it, Mary." That's been like, what, 5 years ago, something like that. Mary, I know. 5 years later, I'm 5 years later. I'm still here, and that's why I go
Yeah.
bleep 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 bleep. Yeah.
But
Lip-
I think that about every seasoned investigator can talk about that.
Mm.
Stabs in the back.
Oh my
I have
God, yeah.
I had one in my team that was like he wanted to be like Zach Bagans, I think.
Wow.
I don't know why, but he started throwing rocks on screen without
Oh, yeah.
anybody knowing.
Jesus, have to wait.
And I found out because my brother was with me, and he had no beef with nobody because he didn't know anybody. He was like, "I want to go with you, but I have
Wow.
no idea who they are." So, but
Wow.
then he was tapping me on the shoulder, like, "Do you know that he is throwing shit in screen?" And I was like, "No." And I didn't address it at that moment because I was like, I'm on location. I want to bring everybody home safe because I'm team lead, so I have to make sure everybody's safe. I
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
As soon as I dropped them off, my brother started talking to me, and I was like, "No fucking way!" And
Wow.
he's like, "Yeah." He was throwing shit. I
Oh,
saw him grab a stone and throw it at you. He even hit me almost on my head just
That
to make the
wow.
evidence go real.
Dangerous. What if it take your eye out?
Oh yeah, and
right.
it was this big of a rock, so
Jesus, no.
Oh, that's a bad
I
thing.
felt it on my shoulder.
See,
It hit me on my shoulder, and I'm a big guy, so if I start feeling shit on my shoulder, then
right?
it must have been a big rock.
You see, and was that a public investigation or like a team investigation?
No, it's just a team investigation, so it wasn't nobody else there.
Oh,
But
oh the Lord.
Was it being filmed?
it has been filmed, yes,
Yeah,
but
that's why. It's
it's
just like,
not clear. He is not clear on screen throwing shit, but his behavior says enough.
Yeah. Oh no. And that is the thing about trust. You certainly need it, and
Yeah,
I can't have a team as such. I'm a lone ranger. And there's people I sort of consider to be a team, but they've got their own things as well as. I've
yeah,
got people I trust and I sort of book locations, but it's just hard to get a team and trust, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I form a team with my wife,
That's
but
great. Yeah, because you're
my
really
trustworthy
close.
person is sitting
Wow.
right on the other side, right there.
Yeah.
That woman.
Yeah, that's
So
brilliant.
if I go on investigation with Mary, I know I can trust her, and I know I can
Yeah.
rely on her if it comes to investigations. Just like she can rely on me if something goes off. Just like she can rely on my wife even if she's home, because my wife is an energy worker, so she works from a distance,
That's brilliant. Yeah.
and that works. It works perfectly.
Yeah, because I sort of I sort of sometimes do my own events. I do events with Barry John as well. I trust him to the nth degree, and also the people who help us out, and
Mm.
Shane and AJ's sister. And you know that they're going to do things right, and and that's what you need, isn't it? But
Yeah,
and I sort of I've hosted at Haunted Antiques as well in Hinckley, and Amanda, I've hosted with Amanda, and we've got each other's back, and that's it,
yeah.
isn't it?
That's supposed to be like that. Yes, definitely.
And I sort of help her when she goes into trance as well, because she does do trance, and wow, she's incredible at it, and she will do trance for about 55 minutes to an hour. And then,
Yeah,
like, sometimes you just get the feeling that we're not doing this anymore, and you sort of pull her back, but
yeah,
my gosh, we've had some incredible information through. But you can't put it
yeah.
out onto YouTube or anything because of its nature,
No, exactly.
and
It has to do with
uh,
privacy and everything.
and I'm not gonna be sensationalist and go, "Oh, we've got," I've got some items which I got, like, about 8 years ago, and when I was given them, um, the person knew that I would be respectful. Other people will get them and go, "Oh, I've got this," or whatever.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
pass it to different people for psychometry. And when I get the information I which backs up what the items are, I love it. And then I'll say, "Oh,
Yeah,
by the way, these are this." And yeah, but I just do what I do, and I do it because I love it as well.
yeah, exactly that.
And if you can
Exactly that.
share an
That's
experience with friends, it's lovely, isn't it?
yeah,
But
definitely.
Oh,
Yeah, we are even persons. We go on barbecues together. So
that's good because I outside of investigations, I don't tend to mix with people I go investigating with. The Parameet, I've started going there. And, you've got a weekend where, at night you're having a drink, and your day you've got speakers and stuff, and it's great. And we're sort of
yeah,
having a bar in my room, and yeah, you had one of the speakers like knocking on your door 1 o'clock in the morning. Hello, are you awake? And it's incredible. Yeah. And then a friend went into trance and she screamed out about 1 in the morning from the hotel room. Oops, daisy. Yeah, but it is wonderful though when you sort of do get a chance to have
oh
downtime
yeah,
with people, isn't it?
definitely, yeah,
Because if you're on an invest, you're just under pressure really. You just want to keep at it, and you do have laughs in between. Obviously, you're
oh
not.
yeah,
It's
always.
yeah, but then that increases the energy and it sort of helps the night, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. You get more evidence from it.
Oh god, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Definitely,
yeah.
especially when you start laughing, they start laughing with you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you're nearly crying, aren't you? It's just
Oh yeah,
like this one where everybody was farting, and my god, it seemed to be a competition. So you could do the loudest one, like, oh my god. So there you are, can you step forward like
Yeah. And then some people would start it on location and they let a silent fart, and then you can say, "Just smell that. Is it sulfur? Yes, it's sulfur." And then have the terrible imaging camera, and like I had one sent over to me, and then you put it to people's arses. You know who's going to fart and who's going to not fart, and you can see the air coming from them. You say, "You're the sulfur. You're the demon. You're the demon." And it's like potent. My God, it's potent. But hope your mama sees that. My dog is barking to get up on the chair, so I mailed my daughter to say, "Come down and pick up my dog in the chair," because she's too fat to jump on it.
Oh, bless you.
Wow.
She's like, "Okay, Elsa, can you pick up on the chair, lovey?" So my daughter doesn't want to be on camera now. Hold on. Can you pick her up? Oh, she's okay. No, no, she is. Because my
I don't
daughter,
see you.
she can't see it. Say hi, Elsa. Come say hi. This is my daughter, Elsa. She's 14. You come into camera and say hi.
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 Hi. Say hi. You go. So, Elsa, what do you think of the paranormal?
It's nice. It's cool.
It's cool. From what I do in the paranormal field, what do you think of it? What do your friends think of it?
My friends think it's unique. It's supernatural as it is, of course.
And your mom's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, your mom's cool. 'Cause I always say, if they annoy you, I'm going to send ghosts to their houses. Yeah, no, she's saying nothing. She's saying nothing. But you love the paranormal, do you?
Yeah.
You love. What do you like about the paranormal? There's Tanya. Say hi to Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
So what do you like about the paranormal? I know I put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the paranormal?
Well, I have no truth but to believe now. I've seen evidence and proof that it exists.
Wow.
And there's something
Brilliant.
out there. So
And I would have Elsa to listen to my audio work, and I tell her I never tell her what I hear, but I give her the headphones so she can listen to it, and I ask her, "What can you hear?" Even though I know I hear something, I ask Elsa to hear something, or to listen to the audio, and she will get the same thing as me. So I trust my daughter. And Tanya's asking, "Do you feel them?
like what?
Do you feel any part? Do you feel like spirits around you, or do you feel anything around you in this house or anywhere?"
Honestly, no.
Even though we know there's a man in our house. I did tell you that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I hope I didn't just tell you now in a lie.
No, I know. I've known.
Yeah, she's heard it before. I played the audio, but she wouldn't feel anything,
No energy, like no.
no energy, no. So I think the guy in the house is a nice guy. He's an okay guy. Whether he be someone attached to me or someone attached from a location that I've been to,
Yeah.
we just don't know who he is. We never know who he is. He always says just the name Jenny, 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 Jenny. Always Jenny, nothing else. So we have no idea who he is and why he just says the name Jenny.
Wow.
So that's it's not it is annoying at some point, but it's frustrating as well. And it's okay that he's not annoying my children, my animals, because I'm an Irish mammy, and I say, if you do something, I might not see you, but I'm gonna kick your ass at the same time. I'm an Irish mammy. We're not doing it, no matter who you are. Yeah, so, you look like Toby who sits on my chin as well. But this chin is all the chin that people always sit on the dog or my child.
Oh,
You know what, Tanya? I think he might look after us. I'm not too sure. I'm rubbing you like my dog. I'm rubbing her like my. Did you notice that too?
Mhm.
I'm rubbing her like my dog. But I got my daughter to massage my feet today. I was in shopping yesterday. I was away for 2 weeks. Doing a Secret Island tour. And are you doing something behind my back? Oh, she's a madam! Oh my god! I say, look at you. Is she like Pocahontas? I'm gonna put her hair on my hair.
oh, beautiful.
Jenny's hair. Jenny's hair. Oh, she's so cute. My dog's in my drawer again. Okay, you're dismissed now. Thank you very much.
For having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, go talk to your friends. Bye. I should rub my head. Oh my god. Life is back in the Sullivan house because mommy's home. Mommy's home. Like Tanya was saying, maybe he looks after me. It's been going on for so long, for so many years, that I have no idea who he is. I know I have him on when I was doing I was on a panel for a show many years ago. And the host is from Louisiana, and um, uh, we heard I heard his name means my name being said.
Wow.
Like, oh, it's crazy. I was supposed to play it for you, Tanya, but I forgot to play it. But it's kind of like you could see me laughing and talking away and so on and so on, and then I just go on my face like, and I was like that, like oh my god, I heard my Jenny, and I was the only one that heard it. And then when I sat here one night in my sofa back there where the table was at one point, and said, I know you're here. We've seen you. We've heard you. Yada yada yada. And then I could hear my name in my living room, say by a man saying Jenny, and then Rosa. And then I say, did you say something? Were you trying to just say something? And I have that on my audio. So there is a man in my house, and I have no idea who he is, what he wants. The only thing he ever says is my name, Jenny. So I don't know. I don't
Wow.
know. He doesn't frighten us, but I still don't shower in the house by myself and make sure my children are in the house. And if they're not in my house for a week, I don't. If they're not in my house for a week, I do not shower for a whole week. Sorry, I don't shower for a week, or I have my dog in the bathroom with me.
Oh, I
Also
can't get
works.
away from mine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just, I don't know. People say he's my guardian. He's somebody who
Yeah,
looks after me. I pick
probably.
him up from a location, or remember. Oh no, I was going to say. Remember, Tanya was watching. We went to Shane's castle. We went there, and I have to say, Vanessa Hoggle, who was the ambassador for Secret Island Tours, when I brought the guy to a surprise location in the north of Ireland in Antrim, and we met with my friend Roisin, and I many thanks to Roisin for allowing us to get us into the tunnels. And I haven't been in there for 8 years, and that's why I first started off my paranormal journey. And I took the people into this beautiful tunnels that I know, and Vanessa, who is the ambassador for Secret Island Tours, and I said, I'm telling you nothing. I'm saying nothing. If you look at me and say something, I'm not going to go yes. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say, do your thing. She did her thing. And I was talking to Tanya in the background. I was talking to Jody or Jana, and I was saying, oh my God, like,
Mm.
oh my God, like she is telling me this stuff. This girl is from Oklahoma. She knows crap shit about Shane's Castle tunnels. When I had told Jana and um, Vanessa nights before in Belfast, the rolling, oh Jesus Christ! Don't even get me started on that, Tanya. Sorry, I'll have to tell you a story about the rolling. Um, um, but she was bringing me into these areas where I knew was very active, and I was saying nothing, and I'm walking behind her, and she goes, Jenny, can I go here, can I go there? I said, you do what you need to do. I'm going to follow you and take your lead. You do what you need to do. Boo, I should call her Boo. And so she did all of it, and let me tell you, the girl was spot on. And every location and fault she went into that location, she was spot on. And I was a little bit taken back by, like, when you take a breath back, you go, oh my God, like, oh my God, she did it.
Oh.
Got it. Like, what the, she did it. And I was like, oh, she did it. And I didn't tell her anything until we got to the end of it. And I told her everything that she said was spot on. And I was very impressed with that because I have been there in 8 years. I've been investigating the place for like 9 years. So I was very happy with what Vanessa did. And then when Tanya's saying rolling, one of our guys, Ron, we were going down the steep hill. And I said, listen, guys who can make it down, make it down. Those who can't, do not come down. It's a very steep hill. We're going down the steep hill. And Ron was, coming down no matter what. And I got down and I'm like, oh my God, it's my first time in these tunnels after 8 years. Ron made it down quicker than anybody else because he rolled down the hill.
Oh no.
And the only thing was nobody was recording. And this man is an older man. He's an older gentleman. He's a lovely man, but by Jesus, he went down that hill quicker than any of us got down it ourselves.
Ouch.
Right? You can hear me down at the bottom saying, "No, no, 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 no," thinking like, "Oh my God, he's falling down," and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my God, I'm like 2 feet into the location I used to do for like 9 years. Someone's going to take him to the A&E because I need to get back into these tunnels." But one got down, where's my phone? Where's my hat? And this man is in his 70s. He's in his 70s.
My
And
God.
he just jumped up and I said, the CIA worked in your favor because used to work in the CIA. So I'm like, the CIA, did you remember, stay stiff, stay still, roll down the hill. And then only after we came out of the tunnels, when we were walking back to our hotel after getting some food, we were talking about it. And I said to Ron, please, please don't ever mention that to me again because I'm going to burst out laughing in front of your face. And he did. And I started laughing and laughing and laughing. He's laughing at me, laughing at him. And it was a kind of like you can laugh after it, but my goodness, it was it was a moment. We're not laughing over someone falling, but my goodness, it was it was funny.
It's the situation. It's the
You would.
situation.
You'd always laugh, wouldn't you? You know, like it is natural, isn't it? It is funny to see someone falling.
Yeah, and I'm
And you
thinking,
know, you might have disastrous things happen, but you know, you can yeah.
Yeah.
he flattened every nettle on the way down.
I think if you do fall anywhere, like if you're out and about, you check to see where the CCTV is or anyone's filming it.
There was none. Yeah, exactly. And
Oh
we
my
did no one had anything running because we were just waiting to get back down into the tunnels. And it was just happened so quickly. It was funny at the end of it because he was okay. He was fine. He was okay. Nothing was wrong. But my God, it was. Uh, I think it took about 2 or 3 days before I stopped laughing. In front of Ron as well, in front of Pops, we call him Pops, in front of Pops as well, that we stopped laughing because, and he knew every time he said it to me, he had a big, big smile on his face, knowing that, yeah, he's going to stop me off again because then I visualize him just kind of like, on the way down.
no
Oh
way.
my God. Oh my God. It was so funny. Yeah, sorry. It wasn't so funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but it was funny afterwards.
Yeah, once you know he's fine, that's okay.
But he got up and he went into the tunnels and did his thing and so on and so on.
Wow,
So
I
yeah,
won't get up.
yeah, I know, me too. But he just got up. He got up. But yeah, there's been many, many.
Oh
Tanya,
dear,
uh,
they went stiff.
he did because his body just went like his arms were down by his waist and he just went. He rolled down like CIA took over.
Oh my gosh.
What do you do when you fall? You drop and you just roll, drop and roll. And you just roll down and then he goes, where's my cab? Where's my phone? Where's my XYZ? And he got up and I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? Do we need to, bring it back up? Do we need to do this? Do we need
You
to do
need an
that?
ambulance?
And he was like, no, I'm good to go. I'm good to walk in. And I said, right, the ground is very level, uneven in the tunnels.
Oh god.
So, but he was good. And we checked everything out and he was good. But yeah, and Tanya, yeah, you brought that up now that I wasn't going to, but I know it's on my mind. Now I can see it rolling in my head. I'm like,
With his arms. That's funny. God.
he did. It was so. And then Keith was trying to pick him up. I just can't even with it. I just can't. But yeah, there's been many fun times on that tour. Many fun times on a tour.
Yeah.
It's been a lot. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm not exhausted. I'm a wee bit tired.
Yeah.
But I think I miss my girls. I do. I miss my girls a lot. Because we're together all the time, and I've never found it so easy to make friends with this group of ladies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I do. We all got matching tattoos. Tanya is the one who got a matching tattoo with me.
Yeah.
We took pictures of us getting tattoos in Edinburgh. Yeah, so funny. And then Tanya, remember that He's tougher than me. Tanya, we went into the Bushmills distillery. Myself and Tanya
Oh,
finished off the 12-year-old Bushmills. Yeah, we did.
I do like Bushmills. Yeah.
A beautiful. I have two bottles in my kitchen. One is 10 years, one is 12 years. The 12-year I have to give to my ex-husband, even though I really want to open up right now, but I can't because he won't let me. But he gave me a 10-year one, and I'm like, maybe I just swap them over. I'll take the sticker off the 12-year-old and put on the 10-year-old. It's so knows a soul. I tell you, when you make great friends on trips and whatnot, these were
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Like me and Jackie, when we met each other last year, we were friends before that.
Oh, it's brilliant though,
It was
wasn't
great.
it? Yeah.
It was so great to meet
Yeah.
each other as well, and to have that extra friendship. And then with these ladies who I've never met before, we got matching tattoos, for Christ's sake. Talia, come on, our matching tattoos. Um, they made my trip easier.
Lovely.
They really did. They were looking after me, and they were just brilliant. Sasha, stop! My
Well,
dog is.
you really don't know what you're going to expect. Like you're all thrown together. You're doing this tour. You've got guests, and it could go in either way. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
pleased
they were
for you.
brilliant. Oh, I just,
Fantastic.
they were leaving yesterday at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't leaving until 10 or
Oh,
9:30, something like that. But I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to make, even though we said goodnight that night, we didn't. I wouldn't let them leave without me being in bed and not getting up. So I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go downstairs and to meet with them and sat for like the last half hour with them. But they will be back over to Ireland. They will be back, and they're all staying in my place. It's small, but I got dogs
It'll
and
fit.
cats, whatever. Yeah, they'll be coming back over next year. It's not right, Tanya. I hope she's still watching. But it's been brilliant. It's been a great tour. It's been a great tour. It's been brilliant. Yeah, seen a lot of people and places. It's been
That is,
amazing. I loved it.
that is very good. That's very good.
It taught me a lot as well. It taught me a lot. Yeah, Tanya came up to Ireland. It taught me a lot on the tour. And then I've got another one in September in the south and west of Ireland. So
wow.
I'm looking forward to that too. Patrice, oh my God, Patrice, this is our Patrice who had to leave early from family bereavement. Patrice, the ladies are coming over next year to Ireland. You are coming over with them. Definitely. Patrice was the one who gave me, I'm sitting at the front of the bus, my singular seat, and she's massaging my neck and my back because I was
Oh,
so
bless
stressed one day. And she gave me a Xanax. What I needed a Xanax. I needed two Xanax, and I still have the other one. Um, but yeah, they're just amazing women that I've met on the tour. Everyone was great, but there's a select few that you just bonded with. Yeah, yeah, Patrice, that you just bonded with, and these are the ladies. And it wasn't even a hard friendship. It was so easy to talk about everything and anything. It's like you knew them forever.
brilliant.
And that was the hard thing about the tour, is that you meet great people and then the tour ends. And then when I do my next tour in September, I meet new people again, but they're not my people. They're not my people that I've met. And I know
Yeah.
I always meet new people, but they'll never compared to the people that I've met on this tour.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah,
it's so just changed. Like I've been to quite a few prayer meets, and like the first one, you sort of meet people at the bar, and it changes every time.
yeah,
And this time was so different because I spent 2 nights in my room, just getting, everyone was just coming round to the room, and we had a party. It's brilliant.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just like-minded
It's
people,
just,
isn't it?
yeah, it's great. I love it. I love it. It's hard and it's great and it's good and it's sad at the same times. But
Yeah.
like I said, I'll never meet the same people ever or get the matching
Oh,
tattoos ever on the future
oh
tours compared to
no.
these people. Yeah. Oh,
Oh
she's no
wow.
longer investigation virgin. Yes, Patrice.
Bless you.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's been tough. Yeah. Sasha, stop. Oh, my dog. I tell you, there's always a dog or cat in my house. I swear to God. Like,
Oh bless
five
you.
dogs and three cats. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great. It's
Definitely.
fabulous. Yeah. And we've got many investigations coming up as well. So
That's
I
good.
just feel like I need to decompress after the tour, after the people that I've met, because I miss them and they're not here. And I want to do things with them, but they're not here.
It's totally a different life though, isn't it? there you're full on, like, you're awake, you're busy, you sleep, you're busy, and
Mm,
that's it, isn't it? And then all of a sudden, oh, you can have a lie-in. You've got different things.
yeah.
You've got daughters, you're responsible, and dogs, cats, and everything. And it's just a whole life change, isn't it, from
Cinderella goes back
what you've
home.
experienced? Yeah,
Cinderella goes back home and pick up the slack from before. And
yeah.
it taught me a lot when I was doing this tour. It taught me a lot as well, and how to be patient.
Jenny patient. Did I say that out loud?
Edit this,
Yes.
please edit this. But it did. It taught me to be. I was very patient tonight, apart from a few bleeps that I kind of muted. But it taught me to be patient and tired at the same time. Not tired in a bad way, tired in a good way. That I'm
Yeah.
tired of your bull crap, and I'm tired of this, and I'm tired of that. And
Mm,
I appreciate what I've been through. I appreciate, and there was some tough rides on this tour. Let me tell you, there were some tough rides, and I won't talk about it and open
yeah.
and live. I'll talk about
No.
it privately. But there's been tough rides on this trip. More that uh, I'll talk about it in the background. I
Oh
won't talk about
yeah.
it live.
Yeah.
But it's taught me to be patient. It's taught me to be more confident. It's taught me to say, "Shut the fuck up and get on the fucking bus." Sorry, I said the F word. I'm sorry. I forgot. I totally forgot the mute button. I'm
Bless
sorry.
you.
I forgot the mute button. Um, but I'm looking forward to September trip. Whoa, September trip.
Wonderful.
But in the south and the west of Ireland, so my playground, my area that I know. So yeah,
Right.
I'm looking forward to that one too. But it won't be the same without my girls that I've met. I will meet new people, but I won't have my ladies with me, which were coming over. It was learning experiences from Tanya. Yeah, I
But
know.
you can
Yeah.
only control so much, can't you? You can have
Mm.
all the details, you can book in places, but then you've got the human aspect, and that's where
Yeah,
you can get the issues, isn't it, really?
yeah, because 10 o'clock at night saying, Jenny, what time are we meeting at the bus at? I'm like, okay. And then I remember on the ferry on the way back from Scotland into Belfast, and one of the women, and I love her, I think she's lovely, and I do think she's a really lovely woman, and I looked after her. She said to me, Jenny, what time are we due back in the bus at? And I'm like, the time when the ferry docks. you know, We go- when the boat stops, we get on the bus, you know? And I'm like, oh my
It's hard
God.
though, isn't it?
Oh my God, when the boat stops, we get on the bus. But that's all and like at night time, at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, what time is breakfast at? And I'm like, would you like me to pull down your bed at night, to make sure I tuck you in? I have to say, it's a, it's a job that is an experience, but I loved it and I will do it a million times again.
Wonderful.
I would do it a million times again, but every time I learn, I learn, I learn, I learn, I learn. You know,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get on the bus and take your water and be quiet. But no, apart from that, it was all fun people. They were all fun people, and you just have to do your job. I love you all, guys. If you're watching, love you. Mean it. Please don't sack me.
Oh, that's brilliant though. It really is.
No, I'll keep to paranormal investigating.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah, me too. But I have another tour to do. But I'm looking forward to it because it's in the south of Ireland in my playground, like Let
Yeah,
Castle. Like,
yeah.
Sure.
these are my jams. These are my things.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that. So that would be I'm looking forward to it, that one as well. I've learned a lot from this trip as well for the next one. And it's just, everyone has to learn somehow. You can't get where you are getting if you don't learn. And that's what we all
Sure.
do it. So I've learned. I think,
Yeah.
I hope, they hope, she hopes, they hope, I hope. We all hope.
Incredible.
Oh Lord, Santos Prosecco. I'm drinking.
You
Oh,
haven't had a drink yet? Wow.
who me?
Oh,
Yeah.
you've just filled up.
Prosecco.
Is that your first sip?
Girl, this has been filmed 3 times.
Okay. Oh, you did well there then.
This has been filmed 3 times now. Come on.
Not mine. I've done well. I'm still on it. There's glass. Well, I can't easily pour a bottle, can I?
I'm a professional. I know how to top on my glass when I'm doing live. I mean, if you see my elbow go like this, I'm pouring up something.
Yeah, but if you only got one hand to do it, it's harder.
Put a straw in the bottle. Put a straw in the bottle and just put your head out of camera and just go.
Yeah, that's what Tim said also.
He
Yeah,
did, didn't
Yeah.
he?
right. Put a straw in the
Oh.
bottle and just go off camera and just say, "I'm just picking up something."
The,
And go
the
back.
the first weekend I got back, so I got back on the Saturday, and then went to a mate's house, and they all pouring me drinks. Their measures. Oh dear. And it stopped the pain. Had to stop the pain, get someone else to pour your drink.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, it
and
worked.
just say, put on your cast, say, pour my drink. Pour my drink.
Well, I've actually got something amazing. Oh, I can't twist it. Hurts like.
Don't twist it.
Dad,
Paranormal.
yay! There you go.
Yay.
And there's a signature on the top, but I can't show you
Oh,
that because I've got to twist it
do
in
not
more.
twist your arm. Do not twist. My tattoo is getting itchy. See that redness? It's like
Yeah.
my tattoo is getting itchy and I want to scratch it so bad.
Oh wow, bless you.
I want to scratch it so bad.
Wet towels. Wet
Don't
towels.
scratch.
Oh, it's like
Oh,
it's a pain in the arse, but
yeah.
I'm looking for my next tattoo.
Yeah.
And I know when I was in the north of Ireland and Scotland, I did a bit of shopping. I bought this book here, which I didn't mean to leave here, but I bought this book in a witch shop,
Oh, okay.
and it's the Ancient Legends, Mythic Charms, and Superstitions of Ireland, Lady Wilde. So she would have been Oscar Wilde's mum. So there's a lot in it. Actually, it's a great book. Actually, it's a great book. So it comes out,
Wow.
and it's a beautiful book. So I didn't mean to buy it, but I ended up buying it.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Oh, it's lovely. So I'm looking forward to reading that. But yes, I did. Oh, I will, Tanya. I know because the girl kept giving it to me saying, "I'm not moisturising enough. I'm not moisturising enough on my tattoo." But it's getting itch because it shouldn't itch if you're looking after it right. But I've been. Uh, oh, good night,
Okay.
Cindy. I'm just
Good
scratching.
night, Cindy.
Put on more cream. I will do, but I did. I keep washing it and doing whatever with it. But and a tattoo I didn't mean to get. Hello.
Bless you.
There's a picture of the three of us in the bathroom with our tattoos. The three of us. It was so funny. There was myself and Jano getting our tattoos together, and then Tanya was getting her tattoo after us.
Wow.
And it just so happened that we all had space on our left arm.
Oh, cool.
So we all have it done on our left arm.
Brilliant.
That is cool.
Yeah. So if not, why not?
Everything happens for a reason, right?
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the best people I've met, I have to say.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
lovely.
they're great. Yeah. So I'm not allowed to make friends on the new tour because the girls are watching me saying, "Jenny, you better not make friends on this new tour. We're your besties. We're your besties, Jenny." And I'm like, okay. No, they are. They really, really are. But I'll be telling them about my friends that I met in the first tour.
Yeah.
These are my besties, so don't get close. Don't
Oh,
get close. Yeah, don't get close. These are my friends.
bless you.
Lost clients.
Huh?
I said lost clients in the next tour.
I know.
I ain't coming back.
No. Come back to Jennifer.
We have 5 more minutes to fill up,
do.
but I think Nick fell asleep. Nick has to end the live. I can't do anything.
Oh no, we could be on all night.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
Nick is taking over the show, so we can't do anything with the control. So it's Nick Muley. So
He's not
It's,
even there. We can't even see him hanging around, can we?
no, we
So I hope
can't.
he's set his alarm.
if anybody wants to jump in and join us, you can't because we don't
I'm
have.
yelling at him.
It's
Oh,
I
like
don't
bless
know if you can see
you.
it.
Big
Wake
Brother.
up.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
funny.
He hasn't read any message, so I don't know if he's going to be on time.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
think he is.
This could be interesting then.
It could be.
That'd be fun.
Oh, what can we talk about now? Oh, do you know what? The fear. Now, this is a totally out of paranormal topic and subject. The fear of the whole flying thing. You all seen that?
Oh God, you hate that, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks about it. The flaps were up, the flaps were not down, and
Oh God, yeah.
now there's one particular guy I want to talk about. Is the guy who walked away from it?
Yeah.
How did he walk away from that?
Are we
Do you
talking about the flight in
know?
India?
Yeah.
I don't know, because also there's is it a Stephen King book? Which was about a survivor of an air crash.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, there's a book about this guy surviving and he didn't know how he survived. And it's an incredible book, and like this happening, and like how on earth he just found a gap and fell down it, and like, oh my God.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He went to one place and there was no fire there. And I'm watching the video again and I'm watching it and I'm like, this whole thing went up. And then some people said the engines were at the back or that's where it happened. But the whole thing went up in combust.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
did he walk out? And people are saying, like, people are giving out saying, like, we can't understand him. Well, he came from India. He's going to speak his language. What the frick do you want him speaking?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's English when well, he lives in England. Was it Birmingham?
but he's been interviewed
Yeah.
by his own people,
Yeah,
in
that's
India.
right, of course.
But how did he
Yeah.
make it out? How did he make it out? And people are saying about the flaps, and I'm thinking, what's the flaps on the plane that they went down or they went put up? The flaps on the plane, the
I
flaps
think
were
they're all,
being
the landing gear was down as well. That needed to
Yeah.
go up, and the flaps sort of had to make it
it,
more streamlined, really, to let it
and then
go up.
is
It's just
anybody
mad.
talking about the buildings that the plane crashed into? But these people who are in these
Yeah,
this
they're not mentioning much about that.
hostel, right? The hostel that they crashed into, the hostel, the people, the families who were the
Yeah,
people,
Yeah.
documentation of the people who were in there. And I know it's only like a day or two since that happened, but they need to talk about the people who was in the hostel, and hostels would be where people
definitely.
would be traveling to and from as well. But I just think it's very. I'm telling you now, maybe it's just me, but I'm thinking like this bloody guy walked from this plane, and I'm thinking, no,
No.
you had no. And some people are doing this. Is it AI? Is it something?
Conspiracy, yeah.
See this thing jumping from the plane, thinking that he jumped from the plane before it crashed and whatnot, and from the exit because he was sitting beside the exit door and so on. That he jumped before this happened. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. The black box will find it all out. I just don't think this guy is walking in the streets and people are interviewing him that this guy came from this crash. I'm gonna say I'm calling bullshit on it. Absolute bloody bullshit on it.
Yeah.
He did.
It's weird, isn't it?
If he did, I'm joining him for the lottery number tickets because I'm gonna go into his name and say we'll do the lottery numbers. Because
Yeah.
I just think it's bull crap that this man walked from this crash.
Yeah, because he's got a ticket, but then the family's over here, and they've sort of, I don't know.
Right? I just
It's
think,
just odd, isn't it? It really
yeah,
is.
I
It
just don't
is.
think he walked from it. I don't think he could have walked from that.
But he did break his arm. He did get a couple of breaks, didn't he?
I,
Like he managed to walk, and then like is in plaster now.
I'm just gonna say I'm kind of bullshit on it because he's walking from this plane. The plane exploded on the landing, and no one would come out of that alive. And for him to say he's the only one walking away, there's a smoke screen somewhere there that here's a squirrel. Bullshit's going on over here. Here's a squirrel. This
It's
guy
just
walked from this
odd,
plane crash.
isn't it?
This guy's walking from a plane crash, and there's something other crap going on.
Yeah.
I don't buy it, and by Jesus, no, absolutely not. I think
No, exactly.
It's just,
I genuinely think it's a crock of shit.
it's
I
just
think it
so
is as
weird.
well. If a plane explodes like that, nobody's walking out.
No, no one's walking. No one's
But then it hasn't
No.
all burnt, has it? Not all the plane has burnt.
Exactly. But
As
I've
if it's
worked for aviation, so I know how a
yeah,
plane works and I know how it
go
explodes.
yeah.
If it explodes like
Fuel
that,
just
nobody's
goes,
walking.
doesn't it? Yeah.
so Jacqueline's saying some of the plane is
Yeah, so not
no,
all of it's burnt, is it? There's a bit there are bits of it which aren't burnt, but then the tail's intact. But
Right. So
that
he
will
came,
because that's. But can you see the section of where he was? Is that still intact?
but
Still, if the tail is still intact on the outside, it's not intact on the inside.
No.
The flame will
no,
go through the plane.
no,
Yeah.
I think it's a big smoke screen for something else, and I'm not buying that absolute social media shite. That yes, his brother was supposed to be next
Yeah.
to him, and his brother
Because
passed
it's a
away.
thing. Yeah.
His brother passed away, but he didn't. I'm thinking like, oh, something is going to come
Hmm.
down because this is like his brother passed away. So I'm just thinking the ones who was like, oh my god, for everyone on the board, on the plane, but at that plane, no, and this guy
Oh,
who
it's
walked
so
away from
sad
us,
the
I'm just thinking,
stories coming out though.
it's a
It's all
God.
local to me in Derby. And I shared a photo what they took when they're on the plane just before takeoff.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I realised that from Derby, like about 7 miles away, is the doctor at the hospital nearby, and like, wow, you just hear all the stories, don't you? And it's
yeah. I just think it's not right. It's wrong. I thought the video was very disturbing, even for someone who hates to fly and has a fear of flying. And my daughter's flying in July. I'm thinking like, oh shit, I might need to tell her dad saying he ain't going to London now.
oh gosh,
And people, I remember Tracy saying to me, Jenny, you look more calm going to Scotland. Yes, because I'm on a boat. I'm
yeah,
on a boat. I'm not flying. I'm on a boat. And I love my sea legs because I'm walking on the deck and I'm like, woohoo, woohoo, we love this. Great. You know? And then go to the bar and get a beer or whatever. And like, it's great. I love it. And then I've never seen a country so much with dog loving people where anywhere you go, there's dogs. Any beer pub you can go to, there's dogs allowed into the dog bowls. Any cafe, there's dogs. And I'm like, and I seen two chihuahuas, and I said, I gotta rub your dog. I gotta rub your dog. There's not one dog in Scotland that I did not rub. And I remember we were in a pizza place, and a guy and his dog walked in. I'm like, hello, puppy. And the dog goes, oh, the dog wants to come in. I'm like, oh, hello, owner. But hello, puppy. And let me tell you, the owner was Scottish. Brrr. He was fucking gorgeous. Like, he's got a beard like a Scottish man. Okay. He was lovely. He was very nice. The
Hey, Nick is on his way. He finally
oh, that's
got
good.
the message.
Yeah.
I
Nick
was
is too
about to
close.
post something and ask Jeremy if he could phone him or something.
I'm going to come
Yeah,
to dog's
I
owner.
hit the call button in Messenger,
Did
and
you?
then he
Ah,
woke up.
Good for
he
you. Good
woke
for
up.
you.
Bless
So
you.
he's on his way. So
Yeah.
before he's here and starting to exit the live, we want to thank everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
this is going to happen a bit more often, probably, and I hope you liked our faces instead of Lois's this one.
Can I pet that
But it
dog?
works out fine.
Yeah.
I think this
We
works out.
don't have the lowest accent.
No,
No.
it's never going to happen.
Me, I can do. I was great. Jenny, me, I can do the Scottish accent tonight. No, I can't do it.
Never going to happen, Jen. Never going to
No.
happen.
No. No
Okay,
problem.
Oh,
Worth a try, though, but
I'll
no.
stick to Irish. I'll stick to Irish. Okay.
All right,
um,
Nick's here. Nick's going to close down the live, and we can talk in the back a little bit more.
yeah.
Sure.
I